Praise the Lord. Shalom al-Kulchun, we say in Aramaic, as Jesus used to also greet the people. Shlama, Shlomo, alaychun. And I am Israeli Christian, Aramaic Maronite from the Galilee. As you already heard, I became the first Christian paratrooper officer back in 1993. And today I am happy to lead a movement that actually encourage more Christians to follow this path of integration within the state of Israel and helping the community to unite with the Jewish people, because it's very essential for us as native Christians and Jews to be one here in this land, that we at the end, one people. We developed from each other in many circles since Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the development of the Israelites, of the Hebrews, and later on we developed from Jews, they developed from Arameans, not Armenians, Arameans, Aramaic people. Then we got the Jews. We developed from Jews as Christians, and from those early Christians and Jews that were here, this annunciation spread all over the world. And we were actually here in Jerusalem, the first church that was established here in Jerusalem. And then in Antioch, where they were called the first Christians, when St. Peter himself was the founder of the Church of Antioch, and his name was Shimon ben Yonah from Bethsaida, and was called by Jesus Kepha in Aramaic, and Kepha was translated in Latin under Roman Empire, the Latin language, was translated to be Petrus, and from Petrus we got Peter in English today, means Kepha, the rock. So this is something that we still belong in, because the Maronite church that you asked to explain, who are those Maronites that cause many problems in Lebanon, probably, as you hear, but in a good way. They are actually the Syriac, Aramaic people, Phoenician people who used to live in this region as indigenous, the native to this region, and were occupied like the Jews, the natives of this people, of this land, occupied by Islamic conquest in the 7th century that wiped out everything almost in this land. And we survived only because we were, like the Jews, stubborn and isolated ourselves in the mountains of Lebanon, trying to survive all this evil that has no mercy on anyone that is different than them. And if you don't submit to Islam, you have no actually right to live in their Islamic state as equal citizen, which is the opposite of Israel. So Israel is, in this case, a light among nations to show everyone how people can live here together in equality, freedom of worship, enjoying life, enjoying modern life, like in Europe, like in USA, like in any other Western civilization that share the same values like Israel. And this is Israel that people should not actually neglect, but that should praise actually and encourage to have more states like this state in the Middle East, not the opposite. So in my case, I started this path, and I want to tell you something that maybe many people didn't hear. I finished my military service. I wanted to be now enjoy like most Israelis what they do as youth. I have many Jewish friends. Let's go to South America. Let's go to travel the world, to USA, to the East. I said, okay, I want to go to United States. Why? Because I have a Jewish friend with me in the paratrooper. His name is Dotan Melech. And he said, Shadi, come visit me in Las Vegas. So I said, Las Vegas? Wow, that's nice. Let's go to Las Vegas. I ended up in Las Vegas visiting Dotan. And 6 months in Las Vegas, I decided to study in Las Vegas. I said, wow, that's great life. Why should I have 4 years in the army as an officer? I served in the security zones of South Lebanon as a Maronite, who has Lebanese roots. I was managing actually a unit there of the SLA, of the Southern Lebanese Army, that was founded by Christians to protect themselves from those racist Palestinian PLO terrorists and Hezbollah terrorists that try to annihilate them, actually. And they made a huge massacre and genocide against Christians, and the only ones who saved them were Israel and the IDF. And so as a Christian living in Israel and a Maronite, seeing my people being slaughtered there, I understood that Jewish people are my brothers. They are the one that I should unite with and fight for together with them against this evil. And so I ended up in Vegas. After 4 years, I want to just calm down, relax from this military service. And I said, I want to build now my American dream in Las Vegas. I studied international business and finance. So they teach you business classes and how to become a businessman, how to become a corporate manager, build your American dream, successful, rich. I said, okay, that's a good dream, to build my American dream. So I start working in Las Vegas and opened a company in Las Vegas with American friends. They become millionaires now in investment and property management and all construction work, whatever. But I was doing the work with them, and during my last semester in Las Vegas, I need to choose in upper English class, Bible as English literature or Shakespeare as English literature. So I said, no. I come from the land of the Bible. I studied in Protestant school in Haifa. And we were praying every morning, 15 minutes before starting our day. And so it's easy class for me. We know the Bible very well. Let's go take Bible course, easy credit. So I tell you, I'm 23 years old. That's what I thought about. And I took this Bible course, and the professor was a Catholic professor. His name is John. And we were reading the scriptures, and one of the verses was Talita Kumi. When one of the students read it, the instructor said, stop. This is not English. It's still Aramaic, James King version. It's still in Aramaic. It didn't translate it into English. And it means that this language was the language of the Jews back then, as Jesus spoke it, as a Jewish person. And unfortunately, it died. When he said it died, I raised up my hand. I said, excuse me, instructor, it didn't die. We still exist. We still pray in this language. It's our sacred language of that Syriac Aramaic Maronite Church of Antioch. It's the language of people that's still speaking it, the Aramaic people. We still speak it in daily life. I said, sorry, who you are? And then I said, I'm Israeli Christian. I belong to this church. He said, prepare presentation next week for us. That's how all started, my friends. I prepared presentation. I came back to the classroom a week after, of course, after a lot of preparation. And I taught them historical events, include the rise of Islam, how they annihilated the Aramaic Christianity, the roots of Christianity of this region and in this world too. The culture that Jesus rose in it is the Aramaic Hebrew culture. And I spoke about it. I taught them the Lord's Prayer in Jesus' Aramaic language. And I saw after that people asking me, of course, with tears, some of them, how we can help your people, how we can help your community, how we can assist this language not dying, how we can save it. So wait. I come to USA to build my American dream. And these Americans pushing me back to build my Aramaic dream. What I should do now? I had a dilemma, really. Why though? Seeing Americans pushing me back home. And I ended up coming back to Israel and found the NGO, non-profit organization called Israeli Christian Aramaic NGO, with two main goals: preserving and reviving Aramaic Syriac as our language identity in Israel, helping my community to integrate better within the state of Israel through IDF encouragement to serve the country and to be equal based on duties and needs, duties and rights. That's what we believe in, and we actually opened the first pre-military educational leadership program in 2007. Now, I am telling you this, and you think it's easy. This is not easy at all. I started in 2007. Nobody knows what is Aramaic. Jews think, oh, Christians here, oh, Arabs, like other Arab Christians. That's what they know. I don't blame them. Nobody explained. Nobody asked for it. Nobody spoke with them. Our forefathers tried and failed before. They went to Supreme Court. They didn't succeed. And I went and started this from zero. First, we start teaching kids Aramaic language. In 2007, the priest gave us a room in the church. We had 95 children, teaching them for 2 years Aramaic language. After, of course, teaching Aramaic, you need also some media, right? Media is for exposure. So using media, we exposed it. People start knowing about us. Israeli authorities start knowing about the process. So Arabs didn't like that process, of course, and start a little bit fight. We got permit from the state of Israel to teach in elementary school in 2009. And then I asked Gideon Saar, the foreign minister today, he was interior minister back then, and I met Benjamin Netanyahu because I knocked every door in the parliament, in the ministries, everywhere in order to explain it. I went with PowerPoint presentation, in my laptop, to foreign ministry, to everywhere, explain what is this Christian Aramaic people. And then in 2013, we got, after the Christian Forum of Officers, that I was actually one of the founders of it, we got a meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu, and he promised, I will speak with Gideon Saar as well, explain to him. We actually met Gideon Saar, we explained this process, and Gideon Saar recognized with the Interior Ministry, in the name of the government of Israel and the people of Israel, the Aramaic recognition, national identity for our Christian people, where in the Arab countries and Islamic countries are not recognized, but the opposite, annihilated, facing genocide, silent genocide and physical genocide. Here in Israel, we are recognized and encouraged to preserve our identity. This is so important, my friend, because it's opposite from what they are saying and telling lies about Israel. And after that, I opened the pre-military leadership program for Christian Jewish youth together with the Jewish Agency in partnership, because whatever we do here is in partnership with our Jewish brothers and sisters. It's not alone. We are not here to be isolated. We are here as Christians to be together with the Jewish people and Israel. And that's what we are doing. So we have the management partnership, we have the pupils partnership, and since then we have 350 people that already serving in the IDF in different positions. Many of them become officers, and they will become in the future the leaders of our society that will continue this process. And finishing by this sentence, that I will tell you, whatever we do here, my friends, are evident of the lies that they are spreading against Israel. Today, Erdogan was accusing Israel of genocide. Let me remind you guys, this Erdogan is the descendant of the Ottoman Turks who committed genocide against Aramaic Christians and Maronites in Lebanon in 1915. So he better not speak about genocide. First, recognize our genocide and pay the people that you actually annihilated, or the families that still survivors, before you talk about Israel, the only country that is light among nations, and we enjoy equality and freedom in it. And if you want to see it, and last thing, soon, a Christian Aramaic town will be built in the Galilee. I got the green light from Benjamin Netanyahu 2 months ago. And so that's what I wanted to reveal. I didn't reveal it until now, but it will happen. And we are actually in the process. So let's pray together that we will succeed, because it's going to be home for you too in this place. Thank you.